Hi everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And I'm here to talk about the first book that I finished in 2023 book challenge. hmm It is called Free the Darkness. It is book one of Cade's series called King's Dark Tidings, and it was good. I do recommend it. So, just so you know, I'm gonna keep looking at my screen because I'm making sure I don't give any spoilers. This isn't the spoiler video, this is just the review. So, I listened to this book on Audible because whenever I went looking for the book in December, the end of December, it was like December 30th, I think. Anyway, so when I went looking for the book, they didn't have it in book form yet, so I looked for it on Audible and I found it. Which I love listening to books. I have no problem when people are like, "Oh, well, I don't have time to read books." Just listen to a book, it's fine. Um, anyway, it's now out in hardcover, which I will make sure I have the link in the description for everyone to go to. I am also now an Amazon associate, so whenever you click on the link to take you and to Amazon, I get a little smidge of something. I don't know how much yet because I just signed up. So I wanted to make sure that I could always have links for y'all. And what better way to do it? Anyway, so I'm glad I listened to Free the Darkness because Nick Potel narrated it, and I really, really like listening to him read. On a side note, a few years ago, my husband had me listen to The Land, which is another book that Nick Potel narrated. And if you're into like gamey type things, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, right, anime type stuff, you could listen to The Land. But end of story. Anyway, but back on track. That's not the book we're talking about. So Free the Darkness by Kade, right? He is a young man named. Okay, so it's about a young man named Ruskin. He's 19 and he's had a lot of special training since birth. Also, he's been secluded in a fortress and now he is very skilled, but he's not very good with social interactions, if you will. None of that is spoiling. It's in the book's description. Anyway, so something happens and he's forced out into the outer world, as he calls it. But before he goes, he's given one last order and two new rules, which rules are very important to him, and he has never learned these rules before, and he has no clue what they mean. So he's determined to, follow out his last order, and along the way, he meets some people and some friends, and then he starts thinking, do I need to follow out this last order? Um, so there's that. And so it's very well written, and there's some mystery, and there's some little sneaky parts. And my favorite parts, I think, are the parts where it goes back and forth between Ruskin's thoughts and his new friend's thoughts, and it's just back and forth. And it's kind of awkward and kind of makes you giggle because Ruskin is trying to figure out what this person means, and this person is looking over at Reskin and he like, "Oh my gosh, did I must have insulted him or hurt his feelings because look at him." Uh, and those are the greatest parts, I think, because they're hilarious. Anyway, so this is one of those books that kind of just ends. I wasn't too sure about this book at first because in the beginning, yeah, let me backtrack. So in the beginning, it has this prelude that doesn't seem to be important. But as the book goes along, it makes more sense, and then when you get into the second book and then the third book, I just started the third book, the books just keep getting better and better, okay? Just just roll with it. Also, if you're thinking of listening or reading this book, you might want to make sure that you have the second book as soon as possible. Because if you're like me, you like to go bam, 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 and read books like back to back in order. And you're definitely gonna want to do that with this book, this series, because it kind of uh, it doesn't stop on a climax. It's kind of stops in the like they have a conversation and then you expect them to go do what they're talking about, but that's the end of the book. So it was sort of like, "Okay, I'm gonna go have a snack." And I came back with a new video. Like, I didn't finish telling you that I recommend this book. Um, it it's good though. And like I said, the books just keep getting better. So, I just started book 3, and I didn't wanna stop listening to it, but I only really have time to listen, every once in a while. So, um, yeah. I enjoyed Cade's Free the Darkness, book 1 of King's Dark Tidings, and I recommend it. And keep in mind that the first book is a little slower because it's the backstory, like all first books. And be prepared to get the second book because you're gonna want to. Um, yeah, 2 thumbs up. I recommend the series, the whole series. I haven't read the whole series, but I recommend the whole series. So you liked this book, or if you liked this video, if you liked this book too, I mean, if you might have already read it, who knows? Um, like, comment, and subscribe. I gotta get used to saying that. And until my next video, go have a coffee or a tea or some water. Make sure you drink water. Water is important. And read a book. Bye.